Fine Film Podcast. I'm your host, Sin George Dane B. Welcome back again.
Great to be back.
I gotta say,
As
you
usual.
look phenomenal.
As do you. I love the suits. It's very I don't know which Bond film, but it's one of them.
I think we could definitely walk into Montenegro and go to Casino Royale.
Ah, we'd love that.
But we're here today to discuss the latest Bond film, No Time to Die.
Mhm.
The end of the Daniel Craig
Journey.
saga and journey.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of movies, 15 years of him.
Yeah, 2006, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a long time.
So he's 51 now.
Yeah.
He would have been 30. What's the math?
What am I doing? 40.
15 years, 36.
36.
Yeah, 35, 36.
Wow.
Mm.
Young man.
Maybe 34 when he found out.
True.
Mm.
True. Back when him and Mads Mikkelsen teamed up for the very first one.
Yep.
What a journey it's been. Yeah.
I know.
Where do we begin?
Yeah, there's a lot. But maybe we'll just talk about No Time to Die. What do you think?
Mm.
Start there and we'll make our way.
Let's go with No Time to Die.
How did you find it?
You know what? I liked it.
Yeah?
I liked it.
No love?
I don't know if I loved it.
Yeah.
I think I liked it a lot.
Did you think it did what it needed to do though?
It did for this franchise, but I do have problems with it as
You
well.
do?
Yeah.
Oh.
I do have problems with it.
Okay.
And right off the bat, this is a spoiler review of No Time to
Like
Die,
usual,
and a spoiler review of all the Bond films. So we might mention things that happened in the past. But my problem with it, which doesn't make it a perfect movie for me, is that I don't think I wanted to see Daniel Craig or James Bond's journey conclude. I didn't want to see him, spoiler alert, have a family and go down that path.
Yeah.
For me, I think you got to leave James Bond, just as a cocksmith.
Yeah, I know.
The way he is.
Yeah, no, completely agree. But for me, I felt like, so I've always had this issue with trilogies and stories and movies when they're done well. I feel, they're like, I want to do a trilogy and that's a complete story. Yeah. I've always felt deep down inside of me.
Inside your soul.
When a movie or when a story is done well on the screen, 3 movies isn't enough to tell a proper journey and story.
Right.
So I've always felt 5 movies
is the perfect number.
If you want to tell someone's beginning to end story, I feel that's you get the most full complete. And with Daniel Craig, it's 5 movies. Yeah, it's the thing I've always dreamed about.
It's always what you wanted.
Because, for example, Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. It's Batman Begins, great start off. Dark Knight, great sequel.
Perfect.
And then it's 7 years between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. There's 2 movies in there
that you could have squeezed in.
Yeah, I feel that could have told a better story and a more complete story. Whereas with this, I feel we saw a lot of Daniel Craig over the years, and 5 is perfect. So 3 is they could do one more, one more movie.
Then
but
4's
5,
not enough.
You're almost sick of him, and you're enough of him, and you never want another Daniel Craig film.
Yeah, I'm so done
James
with him.
Bond, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm happy with the way it ended in terms of that's an end, a proper end someone would get. In a proper character, you know what I mean?
Well, I guess to backtrack a little bit, I guess they needed to kind of end his story that way people feel a bit more satisfied and they'd want to see another James Bond now, because his story is finished.
Exactly.
Whereas if you leave him alive and just still doing what he does, it's then you kind of, well, should we get another one?
But
so I get that.
So different sides of the coin, but 100%. But the movie, so you just liked it.
Yeah, so I liked the film. I thought it was good. A lot of good action. I guess we can break down the characters as well, the main villain, where the story goes and everything like that. I just don't think that it satisfied me the way that some of the other James Bond films did.
And I'm the same, I wasn't in love with this film, but I felt it was the film we kind of had to get for this story to conclude. Yeah. Pacing was great for me. How did you find pacing?
I think it was good.
Yeah.
I don't think it was too slow, in any real point.
It's quick, and then when it needed to stop, it stopped a bit. Yeah. His outfits, his fashion, the cars, they're all there.
Fantastic.
All great.
They were.
Were you happy with Rami?
I was thinking about him a lot today.
Yeah.
And wondering, where does he sit amongst all the Bond villains in Craig's saga? And I think he was a good villain. I just don't think he's at the top 3 or 4.
Yeah,
for me.
100%. I was happy with Rami because when I first heard Rami, I was like, oh my God, they just cast the most,
Yeah, no.
typical, stereotypical weird guy to be a Bond villain. But he was good.
He was good.
He was good. Good sort of development with him character-wise. But like, for some reason, I had a feeling because I saw him with like a gun and stuff like that in the trailers and like in the anticipation for the film.
Yeah.
And I almost thought, oh my God, is he maybe like the anti-James Bond? Like he's like him, but evil. Like he's got all the skills, the
Bizarro
fighting.
James
So
Bond.
is it going to be like good fight scenes between them? Because usually Bond's fighting like either an older person or like a the mastermind has his henchmen do everything. I thought he was going to be like the anti-James Bond.
Sure.
But that wasn't the case.
That wasn't the case.
I was a little bit disappointed with that.
Didn't work out.
He was still good.
Yeah. No, he was definitely. He's just a creep. Like he knows how to do that creepy kind of character, which kind of fit well. But yeah, I thought there might be a little bit more depth to him.
Yeah. They tried to give some, especially with what's her name, Madeline. Yeah. Killed her mom and things like that. But yeah, there's never going to be. I guess they still tried to focus around Daniel Craig.
Sure. I don't know.
You know what I hated though?
Sure.
He's number one henchman. You know the guy with the fake eye?
Yeah.
He didn't, who
was that guy?
I felt like he was a little bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
Just didn't say
Out of
anything.
place a little bit. Yeah.
And just even in, I don't know, just a real awkward.
I know.
I don't know, spot in the film. I felt like
he's definitely no Dave Bautista as a henchman.
Yes, even though he was kind of wasted too.
Yeah, he kind of was wasted as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you I mean, we can get to this later, but is there a ranking for your top
Let's get through it later.
We'll get through it later. Let's build up to it.
Yeah.
We're gonna really work it.
Anna de Maris.
Great.
Yeah.
I thought she was probably one of the best parts of the film. Yeah, and I wanted a lot more. I wanted to see her a lot more.
Yeah, you could almost do a spin-off with her.
You could.
Yeah, her and maybe, is it Lashana?
The
Marshana?
new 007?
Yeah, Lynch.
Yeah.
What was her first name? Lashana?
Letitia.
It's Lashana or Mashana, I'm not sure.
Lashana, yeah.
Yeah, I could see a spin-off of them too. Yeah. Okay. And you know what? Like, when you watch a movie and you're like an action film, and you're like, whether it's male, female, or, either, you're like, they don't suit, action movies. They don't even look like they can punch and this and that. She was good.
Yeah,
I was very believable with what she was doing.
Yeah, and Anna de Armas's character was a little bit like a bit of a klutz as well and stuff, which was interesting, which I liked. Yeah,
that was good. It kind of brought her down to earth, so you could be like, oh, she's cool. Yeah,
exactly.
And she's watching him get unchanged. She's like,
yeah, she wasn't too like
keep watching.
What should we do?
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, she wasn't like too sleek, which is usually like these Bond women. They're like, they play that kind of role.
Yeah, exactly.
But she was great. I wanted, like I said, I wanted to see a lot more of her. But I don't know how like a solo film with them two like would work.
Oh, with her and the other 007.
Lashana.
I don't know. I could see something.
There's something there.
Yeah.
TV show maybe.
Oh, like a HBO.
Like a HBO 6 episodes. Lashana
and Anna doing it again. Oh god.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
So back to where you started with the ending.
Yeah.
So you weren't happy, but was dying. So
keep
the same story, but would you? If you could change it, would you maybe have him not die at the end?
But see, like, I don't know. I think I'm confused because, like, I don't know how I feel about this because, like I said, if you keep him alive, then people might think, oh, like, he's still out there, like, and you kind of don't have closure.
Yeah.
So I guess it does make sense for the film. But, yeah, I think I'm just looking at it as, like, here's this one James Bond film, but here's all these other James Bond films.
Yeah.
And the reason why I love Casino Royale so much is obviously it's the beginning, but it's also just a James Bond film. You know what I mean? So if I take this one on its own and just watch it, I'm like, it's fine. But
you don't have to be invested what's going to happen in the next story.
Like I don't really like care about seeing that he, that he's going to have a kid or whatever, that has a kid, and then he's going to, sacrifice himself and he dies and things like that. Like it's fair.
Well, because I think Spectre and No Time to Die, Spectre was the preluding film. That's the only time we've ever seen a connecting kind of storyline.
Exactly, which is kind of weird to see, but I guess, I don't know, audiences maybe expect it now with like
Well, I think that's the whole thing. It's like that's the evolution of this story compared to the others. Like Pierce Brosnan did what, 3 or 4?
Yeah. And they weren't really connected.
No connection, no like, oh, that's from the previous, except maybe Judi Dench or something like that.
Who's connected in all of them.
Even Roger Moore, how many did he do?
Yeah,
like
I know.
fucking 7
and
or
it
whatever.
Wouldn't have been,
And nothing there. So I think that's where it was a good twist and change to the evolution of the character.
Well, that's probably where my feeling comes from, is that I like to see these standalone James Bond stories. I don't know if I like the connection too much.
Yeah, no, 100%. And did you like the twist of him having a daughter?
Yeah, it was interesting, but like I said, I don't know. I don't know if I don't want. Like, I don't think I want him.
You just want him to just keep with women.
Mr.
Drinking.
Bond is not a family man. I don't know if I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes sense to the story. Did you like it? Did you like that part?
I did. I think I was just there, like, because again, it's exactly like you said, it's completely true. But at the same time, you wanted this sort of complete story because they kind of sold that as well. Like this is the last Daniel Craig film.
It's the last one.
Then we're done. We're moving. Even before that, they're like, "Oh, who's next?" You know, they're thinking, "Who's next? Who's next? Who's next?"
True.
But I was happy to finish a saga, a journey. It's just you can almost say like this is completely different in a sense.
It's its own James Bond kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas the next ones could be just standalone.
You think?
Right?
I think from was it after Roger? It was, I can't remember if it was George Lazenby or I can't remember exactly. But they just change them and they don't even say, "Oh, this is like something new and different." It's just this is the new Bond. Like just different actor, it's still the same story.
I know.
He's had 100 different stories. Yeah, you know what I mean?
So many scenarios. So many stories.
Exactly. If could you see a woman James Bond?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah,
I could. I just don't know if it's like, I don't know if we need it.
Yeah.
Like you could do it and it'll be fine. And I think you could make money and people will go out to see it and stuff like that.
But you still want to relate to a male figure.
Well, I think like James Bond is that he is this like male, like maybe he doesn't work in modern day with like, you know, all the like sexualizing women and like, you know, that he's just like goes around, does whatever, like he can seduce anyone, you know, things like that maybe doesn't work in this day and age. But I think he still kind of works. You know? So I don't know. I think you could do both as long as we still have a James Bond because that's James Bond.
Could we do like an expansion of universe?
Yeah, you could.
Like, there's different agents. There's different agents.
Yeah.
And then maybe they meet up in some movies. I don't know. Like, the next, if they do a female, 008, 009, you know what I mean? Like,
there's not many
but
00s
we actually have, you know, really invested stories with those characters. And then maybe we grow them and then there's
an Avengers film.
Yeah, there's a 007 to 12 of agents.
Agents. So many agents. Yeah. I don't know. You could do that.
Yeah.
Like you just, you put it as the same universe. Yeah.
I think so.
It's like doing Harry Potter, but you do Fantastic Beasts and stuff like that. It's still a part of it, but it's like, side stories.
No, I agree.
Do you like that?
Yeah. I definitely could see, like, I would go see, you know, woman, female, whatever.
Hey, if the movie is great and there's good action, good story, like, I'll watch anything.
I know you will.
I'll watch anything.
So, where does No Time to Die rank in all your Bond films? Craig Bond films.
Craig Bond.
So there's 5. Give me your best or worst.
All right. So for me, it's Casino Royale. Then Skyfall.
Yep.
Then I would put No Time to Die.
Yeah.
Spectre and Quantum of Solace.
What was that second last one again?
Spectre.
Spectre. Is that the proper pronunciation?
Yes, I believe the dictionary pronunciation is Spectre.
Yeah. See, when Skyfall came out, everyone was saying Skyfall's the best Bond film.
Right.
Why do you love Skyfall? Because I've got it second last.
Really?
Yeah.
It's darker.
Yeah.
Grittier. I like the villain, Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
I think he works well. There's less like, I like the way that like he goes off grid and he's at the Skyfall Ranch, where the fuck he goes. But like just all of that and those like, so I think that was I'll listen to someone to make a bit of a connection between the Dark Knight movies when they came out and Batman, and that was a grounded character. And then soon after that, it was also James Bond, right?
Yeah.
Casino Royale. And he was also a much more grounded James Bond. And I feel like that kind of,
less gadgety.
Yeah, and those movies kind of like mirrored a little bit each other, and I think they're sort of released at a similar time. I think
Skyfall was just after
Rises,
or just before?
I think it was roughly there somewhere.
Yeah.
And there was some weird connection between, because obviously I loved the Dark Knight films, and I think there's a weird connection between James Bond also being kind of darker, grittier, down to earth. So I think that still felt right. And then I think after that point, it started getting a little bit like Spectre and everything like that was a little bit away from that. I think.
Okay,
more gadgets, more shit happening.
Yeah, but and obviously M.
Yeah,
that's what her name. Yeah, she obviously dies. That's the last of her. 'Cause she's been the only. What, since she started in Pierce's films?
I think it was Pierce's,
Yeah, so they kept her on for Pierce, so she was obviously the best part.
Well, there was like a bit of that, which is actual, like,
I guess it's almost his mum dying in a sense as well, so I guess that hits home for a lot of people.
It was deeper, and I think Javier was also a good villain to have.
See, I think why I didn't like it as much, because I fucking hate, what's her name?
Javier.
Judi Dench.
Judi Dench.
No, sorry, not her, but her character.
You don't like a character?
Oh, because it's like,
really?
Damn it, Bond, why are you always doing this? I'm like, just let the man work.
He always succeeds.
Yeah, I know. It's like she pretty much is his mum. Like, you're always doing the wrong thing. You're going off, like, you know what I mean?
Being a bad boy.
She's like, God damn, I can't trust you, Bond. Like, I was like, just let the man. We know he gets results. Like, I know it's good for the story, but it just annoys the shit out of me.
Let him be. Yeah.
But I think I had Casino.
Yeah, where do you rank it?
No Time.
Okay.
So, but the gap between Casino and No Time is quite big for me.
Okay, yeah.
And then I've got Spectre. I'm a big fan of Spectre.
You like Spectre?
I like Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
Skyfall was a good movie, and then Quantum, obviously. I think everyone's got Quantum at the bottom of the list.
Garbage movie.
Okay. After that, I want to tell me who are your top 5 Craig Bond girls.
Craig Bond girls.
I'm going to read them out for you in order.
Give me a little
release. Vesper Lind, Eva Green,
Eva Green, yeah.
Camille Olga Kurylenko.
Yep.
Severine Berenice Marlone is Skyfall. She was barely in it though.
She wasn't in it a lot. Yeah.
I guess it's more about M, like we said. Medellin. Medellin. Leah Seydoux. And then I'm not sure if she was a Bond girl, like a typical Bond girl, Ana de Maris.
In a way.
Could we put her in this list, or are we taking her out?
You could put her in it because she's kind of the draw card a little bit, even though she has a really minor role in this film.
And he's still kind of like attracted to her. You can see.
Of course.
Like, I like this girl.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
I like women 30 years younger than me.
I think for me, it's definitely Eva.
Eva's top?
Yeah, she's top because
Vespa.
of Vespa. Yeah, because Vespa's like, as a character, she was... flushed out quite a lot, and she has a very sad ending as well.
And she betrays him. But she's not betraying.
But kind of not,
because she's almost her hands being forced.
Exactly. So I think her arc is a lot deeper, and of course she's in the best, Craig film for me as well. So I think she's probably the top there. I think I would go with
second. Who's second?
Fucking Dr. Madeline.
Madeline?
Yeah, I think I would put her there.
She's second? You happy with her?
Yeah, I think so, because she's also in more of the films, right? So she gets 2 movies to kind of do that.
And she's obviously the last, spawns the child.
It spawns the child, and she's also quite a deep character.
Well, she's the most fleshed out, because again, she has the 2 movies, so it does help. Oh, who's 3?
And then, I think probably Anna, just because I really loved even the short fucking time I got with her.
The 20 minutes,
and then was it Olga? What was
Olga?
Olga, yeah.
Olga over Berenice or Benici?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah.
I don't remember much about Olga. What do you remember?
It was from Quantum of Solace, wasn't it?
What was her role?
She was like the girlfriend, or like I think she got betrayed by the guy who was the bad guy in Quantum of Solace, which is that Mr. Green or whatever.
Dominic Green,
yeah, exactly. So, but I don't know. I think I just like her.
Yeah,
I just like her a bit more.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, we've done Bond girls, Bond villains. Craig.
Wait, did you give me your full list?
Oh, me. I think I'm the exact same as you.
Eva. Yeah.
Yeah, Eva.
Dr. Madeline.
or Vanessa Ives in Penny Dreadful.
Vespa.
Vespa. I was saying Vespa, Madeline, Paloma, Camille, then Severine.
Yeah.
I think because Severine's barely in it, and that's why we were like,
exactly.
So and top 5 Bond villains now. Do you want me to list them?
Okay, give us a list before the audience.
I'll go in order of release. Is it? Can you pronounce the Casino Royale one for me? Because you're good at it.
Le Chiffre.
Le Chiffre. Okay. Then we got Dominic Green.
Yeah.
You just mentioned. Silva is Javier. Blofeld, Christoph, and then
Rami Malek's.
You know, I didn't realize his name was it's Lucifer, but it's supposed to be Lucifer, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Lucifer.
It's Lvtsifer, Safin. Yeah. But it's almost like Lucifer.
Yeah.
So
he's Lucifer.
He's the devil.
He's the devil.
So Rami. Yeah. Who's your top 5 Bond villains? Craig.
Yeah. So the way I've got him is Le Chiffre.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have Silva, Javier Bardem.
Silva, yep.
And then I would put Christoph Waltz.
Mm-hmm. Blofeld. And then I'll put Rami over above Green.
Yeah.
I think I'm exact same, but that's the same as your
women.
exact movies. Yeah.
Yeah, I like movies. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So, the Bond villain is quite essential to a James Bond film.
Yeah, I think so.
It makes the movie what it is, I think, in a lot of cases.
Well, yeah. Well, if we go off your list, it's like the same as the equal movie. So, like, you had Casino Royale first, it was The Chief. Second, you had Skyfall, Javier. So, I think that's pretty.
That's the formula.
Accurate. Yeah,
that's the formula.
But again, that's usually the formula for most movies. You know what I mean, when you develop, when you develop a good villain antagonist, it's someone to create conflict with the villain, the hero.
But not for the Dark Knight trilogy. It's definitely Henry Ducat and Ra's al Ghul. No.
Oh god.
Okay, what else did you have on?
I wanted to ask you. In this whole 5 movie, this perfect, fleshed out, story journey. What are your favorite moments? What hits out from you? From all 5 movies, what are the things you're like, this line,
stands out,
that moment?
Yeah.
I know Casino is going to feature heavily, but if there's others from other films,
all I remember is Casino. I think the use of the parkour in Casino Royale at the start was an interesting thing, and I kind of, when you see parkour happening, you're like, oh, Casino Royale.
That was when parkour started. Like,
exactly. It was big, so that one stands out.
What's your favorite opening? Let's start there. Casino.
Ooh.
No, but that's not really the opening, because the opening's him in like the toilet when he was hitting that guy
in the toilet.
He's taking a dump. Wasn't he like bashing some guy? And it's kind of in black and white.
Oh yeah, it is.
It, yeah.
That's
so
right.
we won't call that the
It's in
opening.
the
What's
office,
your favorite opening?
I
A lot
don't
of
know.
people love Spectre's opening.
Remind me of what the opening was.
The helicopter, and it's the
yeah,
Cinco
yeah.
de Is it Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah.
The Mexican, because he's in Mexico.
The celebration of the dead. Yeah.
So a lot of people rate that as the best.
That's pretty good. Can't remember what. I think I like Skyfall as well, because he's like almost like done with being Bond. And
he gets
he's
shot, right?
Yeah,
Is it Moneypenny?
Moneypenny.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was kind of alright.
Yeah.
There's like a darker side to him as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. The parkour thing opening still gets me.
It's not the opening.
But I'll take it as the opening.
Yeah. He's wearing that blue polo.
Exactly.
Looks good.
That's definitely a memorable moment.
Okay, so parkour, memorable moment. What other memorable moments or lines?
When Daniel Craig was like strapped in that chair, his balls hanging out, and he's like, "I've got a little itch," and the sheep is just smacking him with that fucking thing.
Great, yeah,
that was great.
Iconic in film.
Iconic, so iconic. Such a great scene.
Original.
Yeah. I don't know, Skyfall for me as well. Like, I think memorable moments is just with like Silva.
Yeah, the train.
Yeah, the train
coming through.
Yeah, that whole the train coming through. That was great. I don't know, Christoph Waltz turning his head and looking up at him in the when he goes to the Spectre party.
Yeah, and it's super dark.
Super dark.
Like, they all know he's there.
He's in the fucking shadow as well. Yeah. What are some for you?
I've got, so when I did my research for this, this is the moment that made him a sex symbol. In Casino Royale, walking out of the sea.
Oh, of course.
And he's in the blue tight fucking Speedos.
How could I forget?
So I actually read that was an accident.
Was it?
Yeah, he was supposed to float out of the sea.
Wow.
Like, I don't know, like some like weird way.
Like on
Like
his
maybe
back.
he'd like slowly rise or something.
Yeah.
But apparently there was like a dune in the beach or something, and he had to step on it and go over.
Yeah.
And then that's what made the moment, I
the
think.
way he walks.
Yeah. But like I have to tell you a story. So when I was in I was in Europe. No, I was in the French Riviera.
Riviera.
And my mate Scotty, he's this really scrawny, skinny guy. And we didn't know where he was. And we're like, where the fuck is he? And we turn, he's in the sea, slowly walking out of the water.
Out.
He's got these aviators on. He's got these tight footy shorts on. And I'm like, we're all laughing because it's like, we didn't even get anything at this point.
Yeah.
And then we're like, what the fuck is he doing? He's slow motion walking out. He's like super skinny, pale. And then someone yells out, Casino Royale. It was the perfect moment. I didn't even jerry like how perfect it was.
It just works.
Yeah, he just the sunnies, the tight footy shorts. He'd screw. Oh, it was perfect. You know,
It came together. In
yeah,
that
but the
moment.
way he almost like he didn't know what he was doing, but
He
it was
so
perfect.
far from being Daniel Craig.
Yeah, I know, but it
God.
was the perfect call at that moment.
Oh,
but
that's great.
that what made him a sex symbol.
That's great.
There's a line because my dad doesn't mind the Bond films. He's always said he hated James Bond, but I think he really likes Daniel Craig. But he's like, you know, with the mechanic, because like our cars always got issues, and always works with mechanics to fix the cars.
Yeah.
And when we walk out, we're like, "Oh, how's it going?" You know. And the line in Spectre is, "James, I'm the author of all your pain."
Yeah.
He goes, "Dane, I'm the architect of all your pain." We're
The
like,
architect.
What? That always resonates with
That's a
me with
good
James Bond.
He's the architect.
Yeah. The other one that I really liked from the new one, Felix dying.
Yeah, that brought it across.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remind me again when Felix went away, because he wasn't in Spectre, was he?
No, he was only in the first two. And
he wasn't in Skyfall either.
So he was the CIA liaison, right?
Yeah.
But wasn't in Skyfall, wasn't in Spectre,
right.
but came back for this one.
It's great
But
that
his
he came
character is a like famous James Bond character in the novels.
Oh,
like,
right.
The name, yeah.
Felix.
I forgot his last name. But but that really, I don't know. I think about when I think of No Time to Die, I think about when he's in the, what do you call it? The boat, it's sinking. I'm like,
True.
I think that hit me harder than when
I know.
James died. Because I was like frothing him throughout the film.
Well, that's what I was saying. When he showed up, I was like, oh, this is so fucking
This is like
great.
Casino
This is like
Royale.
Casino Royale, baby. They're
All
at the
over
bar.
again.
I know. Those moments were really good in the film. But like you said, a really emotional moment when he dies, because you built up that, you know.
And when that happened, I was like, this really is the last one.
Yeah. It's really happening. Yeah, they're
that's what
fucking
I felt
dying.
too. And my last two, I'll go again, Casino Royale. It's the best. That last hand nearly killed me.
That last.
Whenever I
hand
play
really killed me.
poker, I have to say it at least once,
of course.
while I'm playing. And then one that we really love. When he's undercover in Montenegro and he goes to the hotel and he goes, I'm here to check in. He's like, what's your name, sir? Mr. Beach. Out of all the names they could have picked.
The best fucking name
God,
you could have
Mr.
picked.
Beach. Like it was
Mr. Bond, Mr. Beach.
let's change it up a bit.
Yeah, let's look at this list. One name really stands out. It's Mr. Beach.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
So many good moments.
Yeah, I think those are my favorite moments. I want to ask you, who the fuck do you think you are?
In the saga?
In the whole saga, in the whole journey,
Yeah.
you can't be Bond.
Yeah.
Who do you want to be, and who do you think you are?
I think I'm Mrs. Moneypenny. No, I don't know. It's a tough one. I feel like Felix's character is very interesting. Like, as in, I could resonate with him. I don't think I'm cut out to be James Bond. I mean, maybe for one movie.
Like I said, you can't. But this example.
Yeah, but I think Felix, or even like
Damn you, Roger.
Damn you, Roger.
I was going to go Felix.
What about Ralph Fiennes as M?
See, I'm not like that wound up.
Yeah.
Like, I guess he's supposed to be M again. You know what I mean?
He's just M again. Yeah. I don't know. I think, it has to be those. I mean, I don't know.
What about Q? Is it Q?
Yeah, Q's good. Yeah, he's a bit nerdy.
He's like the agent guy.
Yeah.
You know, what do you call it?
The gadgets
Gadget
guy.
guy, yeah.
Agent guy. He's also an agent, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's cute.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a mix between Q and Felix.
Yeah, Money and Penny.
Because, like, yeah, I mean, you know, you can't really identify with any of the villains because they all have. You know
Who
what?
do you
know
want to
what?
be though?
You know who I want to be? I want to be Lashib.
I knew you wanted to be him.
Yeah,
You want to go?
want the blood tear?
Well, you got the scar here now,
Yeah,
so maybe that's the new way.
I am a bit of a Lashib.
Yeah, I think that's the new way they got to go.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? He's kind of flawed as well. He's not just a evil person. He's in a lot of debt. That was his point in
got
Casino
in
Royale.
debt from being evil, though.
Yeah, I know. well, you know, he just wanted to pay off his debts.
Yeah.
He
By
didn't need to die.
killing and smuggling drugs.
Yeah. Why did Mr. White need to kill him in the Casino Royale? I don't know. You should have just let him go.
It's interesting, isn't
It's
it?
interesting.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think I'd
Who the fuck do you think you're?
I think I resonate with Felix. I just want to help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
But I reckon I'm a bit of a money penny. I just
Yeah.
I fucked up.
You fucked up.
In the field, and then they
Yeah.
put me behind the desk ever since.
And you just wanted Mr. Bond.
Yeah, exactly.
Couldn't resist. could you?
I know maybe this is going off a bit of Craig's journey. We don't want to take away from Craig, but who's your next James Bond?
It's a tough one.
Mm.
I think if you asked me 5 years ago, it would have definitely been Idris Elba.
Yeah, he's too old now.
I think he's too old now.
He's perfect though,
And he loves DJing now.
Yeah,
He's a DJ.
you don't like that?
No. I just think he's occupied.
Why'd you bring that up?
I just wanted to bring that up that he's a DJ. It's a tough one.
Mm.
The preferences for picking, who the next James Bond is, they're always
English,
English, right?
Yeah.
So they wouldn't cast an American, do you think? Or an Aussie? Oh, they did cast an Aussie, I guess.
Yeah, George Lazenby, I think, was Aussie.
Yeah,
But he
that
only
one
got one
time.
movie.
Yeah.
Even Timothy got 2
I know.
movies. Yeah.
Do you think they would go for an American in today's
I think
day
they
and
have
age?
to keep it British.
Really?
Yeah. I think it
Because
just works
he
that
fights
way.
for Queen and for country.
Yeah, I fight for Queen and country.
Country.
Well, I remember when Pierce, just before he did his last one,
Yeah,
they were trying to scare him because I think he didn't want to sign, but they wanted him or something like that.
yeah.
But they were saying, we're going to get Hugh Jackman.
Wow.
Yeah, they were saying that to force him because I think Hugh was up and coming.
Yeah.
He was like, on the way, and everyone's like,
Fuck,
you
that would've
might be
been
all
good.
right. Yeah. Imagine Hugh 2002, 3. What was the
Great.
last one? 2001, maybe? 2002?
Something
Yeah,
like that,
Hugh back then. Ooh,
Would've killed it.
Yeah.
But then he wouldn't have done Wolverine as
He
much.
did Wolverine already.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So you reckon he would have double timed
Imagine a
X-Men?
huge fucking James Bond just in
Oh.
that suit, like
Imagine
it's
him
super
coming
tight.
out of the ocean.
Oh my god!
So
Have we seen you come out of the ocean?
big. Yeah, there's the paparazzi shots. It's so weird
That's
that we
sorry,
know this.
my personal photos. Yeah, this is where they
Your
got him.
collage at home.
Yeah, gotcha. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a tough one.
if
who
you had
would
to,
cast.
all right, pick
If it
pick
was-
someone non-British.
All right, if it's not British,
Yeah, Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. If
Yeah.
it's not British, I'm leaning towards like Yahya Abdul Mateen the second. Give that man everything.
You want to cast him in everything, though.
I know, I do.
Could he?
He could kill it.
Too big for
He's
me.
too big.
He's like, what is he? 6'4", 6'5".
Jacked.
Yeah, he won't be able to he won't be. I feel like he's too big, too tall to be like a secret agent.
Brother, did you see him in that suit in The Matrix?
That's the thing, he's in the Matrix. Like, I feel like James Bond's still got to climb through like tight spaces and
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
He won't fit.
he just he'd be like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? Like he's
too jacked.
like running through buildings, like jumping
Yeah.
through windows. Like, there's got to be. That's where like Daniel Craig's good because he's that sort of shorter, stockier guy.
He's pretty stocky as well, but a shorter, I guess.
A shorter, I think, and then when they're trying to shoot him, like they're shooting this big 6'5" guy
Yeah,
running. I don't know. That's just my reasoning.
Go, give me one of yours while I think of my next one.
Non-British,
Anyone, yeah. Let's do anyone.
British. Well, like I said, Idris is my picks,
Yeah,
but
still.
he's probably just too. I think what they should go with, without me picking a favorite, is someone unknown.
Yeah.
They have to go unknown
A
again.
fresh face.
Because what did Craig do before he started?
I think it did a little bit, but not too much.
What, Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
But like, I remember them going, "Oh, he was in Tomb Raider." I'm like, he was in Tomb Raider. I was not like, "Oh, dude, they got Daniel Craig."
Yeah,
like, I was like, "Who the fuck's this guy?"
But I'm pretty sure he did a couple of movies before, though.
But
That
he
was
wasn't
the
like
big
a
it
bona
wasn't
fide star. He
No,
wasn't like like Hugh Jackman, was or whatever,
Sure.
So
Sure.
I think they got to go again. Like unknown, but like has done a couple things.
Yeah.
But who would I want?
What about, he might be too old. What about like a Bradley Cooper?
Out of everything you've ever said,
that was the dumbest thing you've ever said.
Bradley.
I think he's too old now as well.
Yeah, too old. Who's young and up and coming?
This is interesting.
I don't know, because everyone
like an Ansel Elgort.
Ansel, maybe
like a jacked Timothy Sharma.
Again, you'd cast that guy in anything. I don't know. Yeah, I think everyone always says like actors that are like pretty old now, like Henry Cavill, Tom Hardy, Idris Elba.
I don't know if I want to see Henry Cavill. You know who I'll throw it to?
Who?
I'll throw it to my man, Craig McGinley, who was on the podcast.
Yeah.
A great Scottish actor. Let's give it to him.
A Scotsman.
Scotsman. Yeah.
Nah, I don't like that.
You don't like that at all.
Yeah. Okay, he could be James. Yeah.
He could do it.
Do like a different look, because I guess Craig was the first blonde James Bond.
Exactly.
So maybe they go like bearded James Bond.
Oh, I'd like to.
What about the guy from Game of Thrones? Richard
Madden, who played Icarus in Eternals?
No.
Who?
The guy who played Cersei. What's her name?
Jaime Lannister?
Daenerys' boyfriend, sort of boyfriend. But the recast guy.
Oh, yeah.
What about him? Because he looks like Craig McGinley.
Yeah, he does, yeah. He's not bad, that guy.
Yeah, but I haven't seen him in anything else.
No, he was like in a, I think it was like in another, I think it was in a movie. Was it Age of Adeline or something like that?
Like a movie.
I think he did like a movie.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't in a lot of things.
Define a movie for me.
It was a movie. Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe it was a show called Orphan Black afterwards.
Oh, you like Orphan Black?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. She's very talented.
You like Joker too?
She's the female Hulk now. The Orphan Black.
Is she good?
Okay. She's good, yeah. Canadian. Something like that. Yeah.
Jimothy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have a James. We just wanted Idris 5 years
I think
ago.
all of our like favorites are kind of getting a little bit too old for that specific role.
Exactly.
So I think I do like your choice of maybe like a fresh face. Maybe someone that's done just a little bit of something.
Yeah, just a little bit, and then we break him out here.
Yeah.
But he's obviously got to be able to act.
Yeah. Otherwise, my man, Craig McGinley.
Craig.
That's it.
Okay. Do you have any topics you want to bring up?
I don't know. I think best villains. You know, Craig's come a long way. Like 15 years, he still looks great in the latest film. God, physically, right?
He's the fittest James Bond we've had.
Yeah, he is.
Like actually put in the work and everything like that.
When I read somewhere, fit, I mean like fit.
Yeah, he's real fit.
He's real fit.
But I read somewhere he was actually a semi-professional rugby player. Before he started acting.
No shit.
Yeah, he got semi-professional. So that's why he's got the build for a rugby player, doesn't he?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what that just reminds me, this is off topic. But you know who played D1 basketball? Mahershala Ali.
No, he didn't.
He did.
For who?
I don't know. We'll have to look into it.
Oh my God.
But
Where
I heard
did
it
this
recently.
come up?
He was on Colbert recently.
Really?
Yeah, talking about a Blade. And
How tall is he? He's only like our height though, right?
Yeah, but he's fucking athletic.
So he must have been a gun.
Must have been a gun. D1 fucking...
Jesus. Yeah. Oh, God, that's awesome.
That's great. Anyway.
Sorry.
Craig, looked fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. Some trivia?
Let's do it.
All right. This is just strictly No Time to Die trivia.
Okay. Because there's a lot of trivia for Casino Royale.
Yeah.
Which we'll cover later.
So... First up, reportedly, James Bond actor Daniel Craig personally handpicked Cuban actress Ana de Armas to play Paloma in his Bond movie after working with her on Knives Out, which was first released only 4 months before No Time to Die was originally meant to be released.
Now that
why did he pick her?
I don't know. What connection did he have?
Why would Daniel pick such an actress?
Yeah. I don't know, because she's really attractive. Is that it?
Yeah.
You know what? Now that you just said it, it's like a
super young, fitting of a Bond, creepy Bond character.
Daniel's like, I must have. Now that you
can we get a sex scene in this one? Sicko.
Daniel also rewrote a scene.
Yeah, she wasn't supposed to watch him undress.
Yeah, I didn't put the two together. That I've watched them two together already in Knives Out. Now you mention it, that clicked.
It works.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Next up, Daniel Craig has said that he would retire from the role of James Bond if he felt he was too old to play the character. Craig has also said it's become harder to be fit enough for the role, and that there has been more use of doubles for action sequences. So again, I wanted to bring that up because of how fit he looks. But apparently, he did a lot of the stunts from Casino to Spectre.
Right.
Yeah, and he's like got injuries.
He would, yeah.
Yeah, and his wife's like, you got to stop because you're just hurting all the time. You're bringing it home.
Did he not break his ankle or something?
Broke his ankle, but he said he broke his ankle not doing a stunt during the filming.
He's drinking coffee and he's like, oh shit.
But like he's broken ribs, he's done heaps, you know. And apparently, his wife was saying it's still with him today.
No shit.
Yeah, and she's crazy. Like, you got to stop doing those.
Stop it, Daniel.
I don't know, does Rachel Weisz talk like that? Probably not. Is she American or British?
I thought she was British.
Probably.
If she's not, then God.
Jesus.
God damn you, woman.
The type of mask seen in the film being worn by Safin, Rami Malek,
Lucifer,
is known as NOH. I think it's no or no. Is a no mask. They are made by carving blocks of Japanese cypress, then later painted with natural pigments. The similarity of the words NO and NOH, which is the name of the mask, contributed to the belief prior to release that Malik's character was a new incarnation of Dr. No, the title character of the first James Bond film with Dr. No.
Dr. No.
Yeah, so I think he did that on
purpose. Yeah.
So that's good. Good thinking there by Kerry Fukunaga. Okay. With this film, Daniel Craig will become the third oldest actor to play James Bond. Roger Moore was aged about 57 for A View to Kill. Sean Connery, 53 for Never Say Never Again, whilst Craig is 51.
Right.
So he's pretty old at this point. It's time to go.
Time to go, Craig.
So Roger would have been, how many years? Did he do a whole decade or two decades?
He would have done for ages.
Fuck, man. 57.
He must have paid the bills,
Jesus
Say that again.
Composer Hans Zimmer was replaced by director Kerry Joji Fukunaga's regular music composer Dan Roma during late 2019 due to creative differences. According to show business trade paper Variety, this picture marks the first time in the 58-year history of Bond films that a composer has been replaced during post-production.
Interesting.
So do you remember a scene in No Time to Die that was like, this was Hans all the way?
Definitely. I don't know. Now that you mention that,
you know the one take scene when he's going up the stairs.
Yeah.
The Bond theme was really like pumping,
like a Hans,
like
pump.
A real fast paced pump.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I haven't heard that in previous Bond films.
So you're telling me that Hans did some of the music?
I think he can change all of it because in post production that's when they do the music.
Well, yeah. So Hans didn't do it.
Hans did it all.
He did it all.
He replaced the original.
Replaced the original.
Yeah. Sorry if I word that right.
Sorry, I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, no,
Hans
he replaced
had it and then
his usual go-to guy.
Tell me this: does Hans ever sleep? Because this man is composing every. Well,
we saw him in concert. He's a night owl. He does everything during the night in the early morning. I don't know. He's doing
so much.
A friend of mine was like, because I think he did the last X-Men movie or something. It was like something garbage. But he goes, I reckon he did this score in 15 minutes. So maybe some of it's really quick for him.
He probably smashes it out.
Yeah. He's like, you know what? Dark Phoenix.
Give me about 15 minutes or so.
I'll be back. Yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was interesting though.
That's fucking great.
So Kerry replaced Danny Boyle as the film's director about 3 months before the start of principal photography. Yeah. On Thursday, 20 September 2018, it was announced that Kerry would direct the 25th Bond film. Ball, the previous director, signed the project 1 month earlier. Many other directors were considered for his replacement. The shortlist rumored to include Jean-Marc Vallée, who recently passed away. Name of the father's son. David Mackenzie, not comfortable.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, David Mackenzie. Can you bring up some of his stuff?
You do. He's done Hello High Water.
American director.
Outlaw King. Yeah. Hello High Water is his big one.
Denis Villeneuve was rumored.
Was rumored.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've mentioned in the past that he would wanted to do a Bond film.
But so did Nolan, which was Tenet. So.
Was he mentioned? Was he?
No, I don't think he was. I think he was busy doing Tenet.
Yeah.
Jan Demange. Can you look him up for me? Yann. Dem.
Demange.
Yeah, Mange.
He did White Boy Rick.
What?
Yeah, it's with McConaughey.
Good movie.
It's not bad.
So not a big actor.
He did that movie 71 with Jack O'Connell.
Don't know.
Yeah, he's done a couple, but not huge.
Next one, Edward Berger. Berger, Berger.
Ber.
Ger, not like the usual burger.
Because you got me thinking about burgers now. He did a movie called Jack.
My man, Jack.
Nah, I'm not aware with.
And then last one, Edgar Wright.
No shit.
I want to ask you, what would you have thought the movie would have been like with Danny Boyle?
Danny Boyle. I don't know.
Because you like Danny Boyle.
I do like Danny Boyle.
I love Danny Boyle.
See,
only yesterday.
Yeah. I feel like anyone that takes on the 5th James Bond film in this franchise with this team of people
can't fuck it up.
Can't steer away too much from the recipe.
So I reckon Danny wanted to go real guns out, you reckon?
Yeah, that or it wouldn't have been too much of a Danny Boyle film, just as much as I don't think this is too much of a Fukunaga film either.
But what I want to ask is, what if Danny got what he wanted?
And did it his way?
What do you see the film going? I reckon he's ending it with like him like still being Bond.
The world ends and it's only Bond alive and it's 28 days later. I don't know.
The
zombies and he becomes a heroin addict, train spotting. I don't know.
And the Beatles don't exist.
The Beatles don't exist, dude. I don't know. I don't know what kind of what style. I can't figure out what style Danny Boyle's is like.
He's always like, I feel like it's heartwarming and good endings.
Yeah. It doesn't fit the James Bond universe though.
So maybe not. What if Danny did it?
Denis Villeneuve. Now that would have been a movie worse.
Yeah.
That would have been his own.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough as well.
I would have been not a lot of action because he's not a big action guy.
Yeah, he likes deeper stories. See, like Denny took Blade Runner, which is another property. That's Ridley, right? But it made it his own.
Well, I think Ridley would have, wouldn't have been too controlling in terms of this is where I want it to be as well.
So that's the thing. I don't think you get a Denny to come in and do the 5th James Bond film. Denny does his own fucking,
So if we're, because who did Skyfall and Spectre? What's his name? Oh my god, it's blanking. Sam Mendes.
Is
it Sam Mendes?
Yeah.
Do you think Sam Mendes got what he wanted to do with Skyfall?
I think so.
And Martin Campbell got
Martin Campbell.
Yeah.
I think so.
So, but then after that,
but you're so deep into it now. Yeah. Well,
that's
what I want to ask
saying. You need to go that way. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Do you think Fukunaga did a great job? And was he a draw card for you for this film as well?
And you make a good point. Yeah. You said it's not so much a
Fukunaga film.
It's more of a Bond's finishing sequence. And
I get a great director.
If we look at True Detective, Maniac, and even he was supposed to be it, but because of creative differences.
Yeah.
So I reckon here he's like, fuck, I probably need a big paycheck.
I need to get paid.
And I probably need some credits under my belt so I can go further because I know with Nolan, he said he did Batman because he knew if he did a good Batman film, he'd be able to get the power to do his own creative movies. Inception. He had Inception for ages, and he goes, no way, no one would have ever let him make it with such a big budget and actors.
And he needs that
without doing something here. So maybe Kerry's doing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
He did it good.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes heaps of money. Does
and they'll give him a next project as well.
So now his next project, like you said, will probably have more pull and power.
Yeah, exactly.
So good.
But he did a good
thinking.
Yeah.
But he still did well.
He did a great job.
And there's still some good, like I said, one-shot takes, things like that. So it was good.
Exactly.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Daniel Craig told GQ magazine that there were 4 versions of No Time to Die scripts that came and went during the movie's development.
No shit.
Yeah. So I got one of the endings.
Did you?
No. But this is what I like to think.
Okay.
At the end, he's driving with his daughter.
Yeah. Gets
And
an
then
ice cream.
he goes and gets ice cream with his daughter, and then the person serving ice cream's Daniel Craig, and he goes, "Well, I guess there was no time to die after all."
Mr. Bond.
Some garbage
God.
like that. I don't know.
It's the sheep
Yeah.
serving ice cream. He's alive.
It was me all along. During the pre-credits car chase, Madeline Swan says to James Bond, "I have something to tell you." This is at the start, when he thinks she's betrayed him.
Yeah.
But she doesn't get a chance to. When Bond puts Madeline on the train, she touches her stomach, foreshadowing that she's pregnant. So I didn't get that. Did you see that in the
I
film?
don't know if I did. No,
Yeah, I don't remember. For Spectre, so writer-director Kerry revealed to Interview Magazine that initially toyed with the idea of having a major twist halfway through the movie. It stated that the events in the last act of Spectre and the first part of this film were actually only happening in James Bond's mind. And that he would still connected to Blofield's torture machine in Spectre.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That would have been wild.
Would you have liked that?
Maybe, yeah.
He said it never got on the script, but he had the idea.
That would be interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because he's just fucking with his mind.
Because then, does that make Spectre a better movie?
Probably.
You reckon?
It's bumped it up a notch, baby.
Spectre's back in my books. Yeah, but it never went beyond consideration.
Right.
But that was
just an idea.
Yeah, that was
cool,
good.
Bro.
And last bit, the 15-minute countdown that Q announces, when the missiles are happening at the end, were launched, is indeed 15 minutes in real time.
While the movie's playing out.
So it's actually 15 minutes, as he says, and plays out 15 minutes.
That's cool.
So that was
movies
good
don't
too.
do that. It's like 15 minutes, but it's like half an hour.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So have you got any more big points you
I
want
was
to share?
I was gonna play the Rotten Tomato game with you and see if you can guess all the Rotten Tomatoes
Of
for
all
of them. Yeah.
I like it. Let's do it.
All right. We'll start off with Casino Royale. Where do you think it is?
Oh, 100? Nah. 92.
94.
Fuck.
Very close.
Okay, hit me
All right,
next
but
one.
now I'm going to hit you with Quantum of Solace. Where do you
Okay.
think that?
61.
64.
Fuck, I was
Wow,
gonna
you're
say
landing
64.
really close.
Okay.
All right, Skyfall. Where does it land?
88.
92.
Fuck, I should have said 90.
It's a great film. People love it. All right, and then let me pull up Spectre. Where do you think Spectre lands?
77.
63.
What?
Worse than Quantum of Solace.
Wow.
Where'd you have it?
I
Somewhere at
had
the top.
third. Yeah, wow.
And then let's do No Time to Die.
Oh, 80.
80? 83.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty fair, yeah.
let's acknowledge the James Bond curse
Okay.
because we didn't really touch on it. And that's
this
what
is,
I wanted
this is,
to talk
This is
about.
one of your
This is
favorite
my
things to talk about.
Favorite things to talk about. The theory that every second James Bond film
Garbage.
is garbage.
Yeah.
So Casino Royale, reviewed. It's got a high rating. Fantastic film. It's our favorite from this saga. Quantum of Solace takes a big dip. Skyfall brings it back up. It's a good film. I really enjoy it. Spectre.
Everyone disappointed.
Drops down to 63%.
No Time to Die. Satisfied.
Jumps
not
back up.
amazing. Okay. How many films did Pierce do? I want to test this theory. If he did 4, go through the rotten on each of them, and I want to see.
You want to see if
the
this,
second
if
and
the
fourth.
theory,
If your theory is true, the second and fourth movie should be garbage,
dude,
or less than the first and third.
your money, and you didn't even know it.
Hit me. How many Pierce movies are there for?
5. I think
Pierce did 5.
GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough.
Yeah. 3?
The World Is Not Enough.
Is that it? Yeah.
And then Die Another Day in 2020.
4. Okay.
22.
What's the first Rotten Tomatoes?
Is it 4? Is there more?
That's 4.
All right. GoldenEye, 79%.
Okay. Next one should be lower.
All right. Tomorrow Never Dies, 56%.
Okay.
It's working.
Third one
It's
needs to be
working.
higher than the second one.
All right. The World Is Not Enough, 52%.
Oh, your theory
We were
is
so
wrong.
close.
What's the fourth one?
All right, but Die Another Day. Get this right. 56%. So in that sense, they were almost going to follow it, but it didn't work.
Look, your theory is way
It
off.
was way up.
Should we suss Timothy's?
Timothy Dalton. How
Yeah,
about we
so
do
his
Sean
first one
Connery?
has to be better than the second one. No, I want to know Timothy.
Yeah,
I'm a big,
you love
I'm a big
Timothy.
Dalton fan.
All right. Timothy Dalton. First of all, how many did he do?
2.
2.
Yeah, but he's
He did-
known as the worst. Or
So
second
he
worst.
did The Living Daylights,
Mhm.
and then did License to Kill.
Go. Living Daylights.
Living Daylights, 74%.
Good start.
License to Kill, 78%.
Oh, your theory is
Damn you.
garbage.
God damn you.
Shawn me up, baby.
All right.
So far, 2 of your actors prove this wrong.
Prove this wrong.
Prove 2 of the
But
Bond actors.
Daniel proved it right.
All right.
All right. So the first one was Dr. No, right?
Yep. He did 3 or 4 or 5.
I think it did more, possibly.
No.
Maybe it was just 4. No, he did more. He did a lot more, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Dr. No, 95%. God.
Okay.
I want to watch Dr. No again, actually.
Yeah, you would want to.
Yeah, I would like that.
Mm.
Then he did Goldfinger right year after that.
Mm-hmm.
99%.
Oh.
God, that's such a high rating. Then he did Thunderball. 87%. But see, if you got an actor like Sean Connery, the movies just never get bad.
I can see you sweating because your
God,
theory is
it's
garbage.
not working. You Only Live Twice. 73%. Here we go.
Oh, God.
Diamonds are forever. 64%. Started dipping for him.
You're
then.
just talking shit now.
Then Never Say Never again. 70%. Connery just fucking killed
All
it.
right, Roger's your last hope.
Roger Moore.
Roger?
You want me to talk about Roger Moore? All right. So, but it's funny because he did in between. So Connery, then Roger, then Sean Connery.
Shay fucking mouth.
Shay fucking mouth.
Stop trying to get out of this.
No, there's something there.
No,
There's definitely
there's
something
nothing
there. All right. Live and Let Die in 73. It was a 65% rating.
Okay. Wow. Really
In
low.
73.
Okay.
The Man with the Golden Gun. You like that one, don't you? 39%. Wait a minute.
Okay.
I
We're
think we've
possibly
got
back.
something.
Third one's got to be better,
I
right?
think we've got something. Okay. Then he did The Spy Who Shagged Me. The Spy Who Loved Me.
Yeah.
81%.
Okay.
We're back up.
Maybe Roger's gone on
All
track.
right.
This one has to be worse.
All right. Moonraker.
Moonraker's pretty good, isn't it?
Moonraker. Come on, damn it. Give me a refresh here. The system seems to be crashing because I know too much. Moonraker, 60%.
Okay.
We're on
What's
to
after
something.
Moonraker?
All right. After Moonraker, we have For Your Eyes Only. 72%.
Okay.
That's kind of back up.
Now, next one has to be lower than 72.
All right. The next one is Octopussy. 43%.
Okay. What's the next one?
God. And then we have A View to a Kill.
So this is his last one. So if this one's higher, then 2 out of 4 James Bonds is accurate. 2 out of 5.
Give me a drum roll. 38%. It's lower. Fuck.
Oh,
So close.
you-
But you know what? I'm going to pay it to Roger Moore because
no,
that
you
dips.
can't pay your own
That dips,
theories.
baby.
This is bullshit.
That dips.
I can see
you
your
go.
theory, but I send it back.
Send it back.
Yeah.
It definitely works with Daniel Craig's Saga.
Yeah.
Though. Every second James Bond is
Mm.
bad. And works with Roger, except for the last 2.
Oh god.
Except for the last 2.
Yeah, it's a good theory,
It's a good theory.
but you know what? We'll save the theory for the next James
For the
Bond.
next James Bond.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
the next
excited.
one has to be
Great.
bad.
No.
Yeah, first one's always good.
Yeah, in a new era.
yeah,
So first one has to be
era.
amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be Casino Royale Part 2.
Yeah. They might do Dr. No,
Mm. Oh,
proper version.
Yeah, maybe start again with Sean's
With
kind
Sean's-
of character.
It's Sean.
Before I get to my last question, do you
Mm.
have any more?
I think that's
Topics?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I wanted to get into the
Before my
theory.
actual last question, I wanted to bring up
Mm,
Inspector.
yeah.
Did they not know that like Austin Powers had the same storyline?
What?
Because remember his brother is the like it's his,
yeah, they're brothers. How did they not make that?
I'm like, so I remember saying to you, I'm like, did they do it first and then Austin Powers copied it?
Maybe it was from one of the older
Like
films.
the novels, maybe?
Or the novels.
Because I was like, Dr. Evil.
Oh,
And then he gets
Doctor.
the scar like
I know.
Dr. Evil.
True.
So is Austin Powers taking it originally from there?
It might be. I don't know.
Okay,
We're just
I hope
purely
so.
speculating.
I hope they didn't just not realize that Austin Powers took the piss, and then they
what else can
built a story around them taking the piss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was I don't know. I just thought that was kind of interesting.
That was great.
Yeah, because it's his brother, half
Dr.
brother,
Evil.
or the adopted brother.
Did you? Let me ask you. Did you like that? Did you like that there was a family connection between a villain and James
Well, I
Bond?
couldn't stop thinking about Austin Powers.
I don't think I liked
Yeah,
it.
but I really like Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, his villain was
Yeah,
good. Yeah, well,
yeah, out next.
get the hell out of here.
Look, I think we've only got one last question to ask. Is Daniel Craig the best Bond?
It's a tough one.
Mm.
I am a Sean Connery man,
You are.
but I think us growing up with these films and living with Craig, I
Mm.
think he is, and I think he got to work in this time, this day and age,
in
where
better filmmaking,
Exactly.
better stunts, not
Even
corny,
though there's no excuse for Quantum of Solace. I think he is the best James Bond we've had so far. Yeah.
Sean second.
Sean definitely a very
Still,
close
even
second.
though I've like barely seen, like I think I saw it when I was really young because I remember like Channel 9 and 10, 7.
replaying
they used to play it all the time, you know. I always remembered like this guy looks pretty cool, you know,
does,
pretty
He's
suave.
a cool guy.
He's probably the best, you know, looking James
Yeah.
Bond. But yeah, I'm like from what I know, you know, other people definitely would probably say,
Yeah.
"No, what are you talking about?"
It's definitely Sean.
George Lazenby was the best.
It's George. Yeah.
But I'm happy to say Craig's the best.
Yeah.
And Casino's my favorite James Bond film.
Yeah.
Casino Royale.
Rank him for me real quick because there's not a lot of them anyway. So you'd put Daniel, you put Sean Connery. Would it be Pierce?
Well, the thing is, I like Pierce.
I love Pierce as well.
Pierce, and like cause my mum was in love with Pierce Brosnan,
Right.
and so I saw a lot of Pierce Brosnan films growing up.
Well, you had
just
to.
sitting watching my mum watch, you know. But yeah, like Pierce is like, because he was pretty good looking.
He was. Yeah. He was
so-
very handsome.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, he's sexy.
He's sexy. That Pierce.
But I would almost say Pierce and Sean equal second for me.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I
Because
think
I was like super young and grew up with that. So it was like, and they
fair.
did a lot of like gadgety type stuff. And when you're like a kid,
the
you're like,
90s. Yeah, it's
that's
cool.
so cool.
Press the eject button.
Yeah. And I don't know if you remember the scene. I can't remember which Bond girl it was, but they were like falling in the water,
Yeah.
but they had to give each other air, and
While they were falling.
and then they went in the water, but they were kissing underwater.
And you're like,
But I don't know if they were meant to give each other air, and it was just so iconic for me. I'm like, oh, what?
Wow.
Maybe I'll get to do that one day with.
Maybe
a
I'll
woman.
get the water. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
I'll
just
go
remember
swimming.
they're like kissing to give each other air. Maybe I don't know. That's why I saw it. It
You
was
just want to kiss Pierce Brosnan. Give him air.
and we can't not talk about GoldenEye video game.
Yeah.
Everyone played that.
Quintessential
It was the
PlayStation
biggest,
game,
and it's the biggest James Bond game I think that's ever come across.
That was
anything.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's true. That
Did
made
you-
it
did
for
you
me.
play it?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone
Yeah.
used to play it. That was
I
like the
know.
first proper not proper first person shooter,
Like
but
shooter,
like,
yeah.
like everyone was
100%.
like, dude, GoldenEye.
You do
so
so
many
many
levels
things.
and
Yeah.
cheats and things
I
like
know.
that. I always sucked at those games, but
But I
and
played
I was
them.
like, dude, GoldenEye.
I know.
I'm pissed right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So who's after those three? Is it Roger?
I did watch a couple Timothy.
Timothy.
Yeah,
Dalton.
I don't know. I always thought Roger was the most blandest.
Yeah. I
Bond.
wasn't a huge fan of his.
but he had what 6 movies, 7 movies. So they must
So
have
maybe
liked him.
Timothy, then Roger, and then George.
He fights for
Queen and for country.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
For me, Craig,
Mm.
Connery, Pierce, Timothy, Roger, George. Never saw George though.
Never saw George.
Yeah. Mm.
Again, for me, Craig and Sean.
Oh,
At the top?
giving Sean, yeah.
And then Pierce Bosnian. And then, I think Roger.
Yeah.
Roger and then Timothy, I think, for me.
So we
Then
both
George
have
won.
Craig at the top.
That's it. He's done a phenomenal job. 15
Congratulations,
years.
Daniel Craig.
Congrats,
You'll
Dan.
be Bond for
Yeah.
a lot of people.
If
and a
you're
good Bond.
listening.
Yeah, and just remember us.
Yeah, remember us if you're listening.
Mm.
But that breaks it down. I think in the near future we might break down our favorite Bond film, which is Casino Royale. At some point, we'll go deeper into it.
Yeah.
But for the time being, No Time to Die wrapped it all up.
A great ending, fitting ending. You know, obviously it wasn't amazing, but it's hard. With all
I didn't
films.
love it. I'm not dying to see it again. But a fitting ending for the best Bond that we've had so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Dane, for breaking it
thanks,
down with me. And if you're listening, subscribe. We'll keep it up. We'll have a few more coming soon. And then we'll see you next time for Casino Royale down the line. Thanks, Dane.
Thank you.